All right, guys. So we are back with another showcase video. I know it's been a little bit of a wait, but obviously we have character number 2 when it comes to the anniversary. That being Liberalio. Now she is going to be obviously a sniper, and she is going to be a burst 3 character. I have actually already seen lots of damage from her from other people. And it's kind of crazy, honestly. So what her whole premise and gimmick is, we go over here. We got the number of the beast right here. We got triple sixes. She's gonna be preventing herself from automatically fully charging. You know how, like, when original Alice enters her burst mode, she fires consistently, fast. Same thing with Red Hood with the sniper rifles to deal more and more damage. But something that's very interesting with Liberalio is the fact that she does not do that, right? Her whole thing is about just clean damage, right? And that's the kind of the best way I can put it. So we're gonna try to just showcase what she is capable of doing. So in order to do that, I'm gonna go with some of my favorite staple characters, that being Siren. We're gonna go Nayuta, who I'm actually growing more into really liking more and more as a character, just in the grander scope of things. Next, after that, I think I'm gonna be going Crown, and then I'm going to be going Liberario, and then I'm going to be going Helm. I'm just going to be trying this out. Now, Helm doesn't really provide a whole lot on my team because that's a whole separate thing. I don't have her favorite item completely maxed out, so that's not going to be the case. I'm just throwing her on there just because she's sexy. That's for the most part why she is going to be there. And obviously, the whole premise, when I do showcases is, once the burst meter is completely gone, once the red is vanished and the kaput, it's gone, we are going to be looking at the raw damage number capabilities for the specific character that we are showcasing. That is the whole point of it. And I am showcasing what the characters are going to be doing in a shooting range that they have advantageous abilities, so we can see that in comparison to where they actually don't, and it's just neutral damage, because we're all going to be doing that as well. It's a very good burst screen, by the way, as well. So, but that's also the point, is that we are going to be looking at what she is going to be able to do damage number wise on an advantageous shooting range. Boom, right there. 69.9 million damage. That's actually very impressive. That's a lot of damage. I actually did not think she was going to be doing that much damage, but that's very surprising. So we did advantageous, right? Boom, done and dusted. 69.9 million damage. Now let's go ahead and jump over to electric. It doesn't really matter, honestly. We're going to be taking these two out, and we're going to be putting the same two characters in order to see what the damage is going to look like with Liberario not having the maximum damage capabilities. It's a little bit of a shorter showcase. I needed to get this out. This was recorded pretty late, unfortunately, so I'm not able to fully dive on in to where I would really feel comfortable in doing, but I needed to get the video out, right? But I am going to be doing more and more testing, just in general for the characters. 65.5 million damage. So we're looking at roughly a 4.4 million damage drop off, which honestly, it's really not that bad. Liberario is very good. She is massive damage dealing character. Now, is she at the same scope of other raw damage dealing characters on my account? Me speaking about my account personally, no. But the issue with that is her equipment isn't maxed out, right? Her level is still a little bit lower. She doesn't have dupes put into her to help boost her own individual stats. And her actual passives and bursts aren't completely maxed out. Do I think she is going to be able to compete long term with the main damage dealing characters? Yes, I actually do think that she has the capability of measuring up to those massive damage dealing characters. Will we have to build around her a little more so than the other characters who are a little more free and a little more flexible in the teams that they're going to be able to be put on? Most likely, yes. I'm going to continue trying to focus more so on how to get the full potential out of her, and then obviously boosting up her equipment, boosting up her passives and the burst. But in total essence, I do think Liberalio is fantastic and is a top tier damage dealing character. I'm sure Pride One probably has her ranked appropriately in like an S category. I don't know. I'm not looking. I'm easing off of that before I really dive in to be like, all right, well, who's going to be what when I discuss between honestly these two characters as well as the rerun pilgrims that you're able to choose from. Who is really going to be worth your while in terms of your hard-earned gems? But that's going to be all for me in this video. I'll see you all next time.